Hey War Robots fans, this is Bagofsoup coming at you, and we're going to do something a little different today. We're going to do a beginner's guide for War Robots. So if you're brand new to the game or haven't even gotten it yet, hopefully this will be a help to you. As you can see on my iPad screen here, I'm in the App Store. This game is available for iOS and for Droid devices in the Google Play Store, but the problem is if you're on iOS or Android, you can't play against each other. You have to do one or the other. I'm on iOS, so that's what I know. So I've gone to the Apple store here, and I'm going to go ahead to the top right and type in War Robots and search for the game. Of course, I've already downloaded it and got it up and going last March 2016. But here's the game on the top left, and if you go ahead and click on the game, you can download it. It's a free game to download. There are in-game purchases, which you call a freemium game, but this is one of those games you really can go through and play for free, unless you want to speed things up and use money. Uh, got great reviews on the game, and if you go into the description, and you can see when the game first came out by going down to the version history. Game came out way back, even further than this, maybe in the fall of 2014, and you can see that they do updates every single month, always adding new maps, new features, new bots, new weapons, balancing and tweaking things, having special events. We are already up to version 2.4 as of December 2016, and we are just a week or two away from version 2.5. They're going to have some new changes to the game, so if anything changes in this video, I will make note of it. So what you would do is download the game, and I'm going to head out of this screen and actually go into the game and kind of give a introduction to the screens. So when you open the game, you'll get your Pixonic splash screen. This is the company that made the game. It used to be called Walking War Robots, and they shortened the name probably a few months back just to War Robots. Sounds a lot more natural. And we're going to open up my hangar. Now keep in mind, I've been playing for about 10 months, so my hangar is going to look a little different than yours, but I'm going to kind of explain some of the different buttons and features around the screen for you. If you look at a hangar and go to the bottom left of your screen, you're going to see the menu button. I recommend going there first. Um, when you go in here, it's going to have your ID right in the middle, and you can name yourself. Now you get one free name, so make sure that you choose wisely, because after that it's going to start to cost gold or in-game money to switch that name out. Also over on the right, you're going to see two login buttons. There's a login for Facebook and a login for Game Center. Now you want to do those because Game Center or Facebook is a way that you can recover your game if you ever lose it. I'd even take a screenshot of your pilot ID right in the center there, so if you ever lose the game, you can contact Pixonic and they can help look it up and restore it for you. But also by logging into Facebook or Game Center, you can make friends with other players that play and be able to partner up with them later on in the game. So make sure to log in through Facebook. If you don't have a Facebook account, make one up with your War Robots name, and people can find you that way and join up with you. Also over on the left of the screen, you can see settings to turn on and off the sound effects, music, and the last one is a lock-on target. I would recommend turn that lock-on target on, because that is a feature that you will use in battle here and there. I use it all the time. Be able to lock on your targets while they're moving. Now we're going to go out of the menu screen if you've done all those things. Also, it says you can report an error on the bottom right, straight to Pixonic if you see something going on. We're going to go out of the screen and actually get into the hangar. Up on the top left, you're going to see a number. Mine says 30. That's your player level. You start with level 1, and the first few levels are pretty easy to progress in, and you eventually get to max level 30. And it doesn't take very long to get there. I think it just took me a month or two to actually get to level 30. And the higher level you go, each time you ascend to a new level, you get gold as a reward, which is your highest currency. And also, you get to unlock different robots and weapons in another currency along the way. So you definitely want to progress through the levels, and by the time you get to level 25 to 30, you've pretty much unlocked everything in the game, which is really nice. You're going to see several currencies up on the top left. The top one is AG, that stands for silver. That's your normal game currency that you can earn by playing the game. And then the second currency is your AU, that's your gold. Normally the gold currency is the one that you would purchase. But if you play well in this game, you can earn that gold along the way and don't have to purchase anything. But if time is money to you, you can go ahead and purchase gold. The third currency we'll talk about in a little bit, that's called workshop points. You do not unlock that currency until you reach player level 20, maybe after a week or two, depending on how fast you play. But those will be your main currencies. There's a little gold button with a plus sign up top left. You hit that, and that shows you where you can purchase gold or silver. Gold comes out to about a bar of gold per penny. So $5 gives you about 500 gold. And of course, the more gold you buy, the better a deal you get. At $10 instead of 1,000 gold, you get 1,200 and so forth. And if you look at the bottom right, there's a button called Premium. This is a service that if you buy it for 10 days or 30 days, you can get extra experience points and silver awarded every match. I've never bought it, but I know a lot of players at the higher levels that need more silver to upgrade their higher level robots and guns do get that every so often to help them raise some more money for upgrades. I think it would be useful as a new player also because you get those extra experience points to go up higher in your player levels and unlock new robots and guns in that third currency faster. It'll only take you a month or two to get up to level 30, so you could really progress fast in your levels, which also gives free gold every time you progress to a new level by doing this. Maybe get the 10 days package and get that extra experience points. And usually when you start this game, you don't have a lot of silver early on. I've got a ton now. I've got 550 million. But early on, you're scrounging for silver, so this initial package might be a pretty good deal. Also, if you look here at the top, there's a button to buy silver. You can take the gold you purchased and trade it in for silver if you're short on silver. To be honest, I think none of these deals are worth it. Say the first deal, 250 gold for 500,000 silver. I can earn 500,000 silver in maybe 1 or 2 or 3 matches. Whereas in those 3 matches, I may only be able to earn 10, 20, or 30 gold tops. So it's not really worth 250 gold to just play 2 or 3 matches to earn that silver. So I would never trade gold into silver. But what I would do is perhaps buy some gold if you need it, or buy that premium service early on to get those experience points. But that's where you would go. Also, if you look at the bottom right of your hangar, you see that same premium button down there if you want to. And let's look around the screen at a few other things. Over on the middle left, you're going to see 3 icons. Now, if you're new, you're only going to see the top 2 icons. You won't see the third one quite yet. The third one has to do with that third currency, that workshop points that opens up at level 20, player level 20. Until then, you'll see 2 buttons. The first one on top there that has a little human person logo is going to be your hangar. It's going to be your profile. It's going to have your name near the top, your clan. Eventually, if you get into one, it's going to have some of your stats for your last 50 battles, and it's going to show what robots are currently in your active hangar. You can click on each robot, and it will tell you the level of the weapons as well. And that's real helpful. You can take pictures of that and send that to people. Other people in the game can search you out and see what your stats are and what robots you're running at the time. So remember that little profile icon, that little human person there. Also, right below that on the middle left, there's an icon with an exclamation mark. When you hit that, that's going to have your daily tasks each day. Every day, for me, living in Texas on Central Time, about 4 a.m., this game is Russian, so that's going to be maybe the start of the day for them. Every day you get 2 tasks that are given to you, and if you accomplish those tasks, then you get the prize for them, either gold or workshop points. So I get 30 gold for capturing 5 beacons in the game with a light robot. it doesn't matter how many matches. Apparently, it doesn't just mean one match. It could take me 10 matches to do it, but then I'd get that 30 gold. Or if I eventually deal 2.25 million damage against other robots, that may take me 6, 7, 8 matches. I would get that 30 gold. So right there, you could earn up to 60 gold a day just from those two daily tasks. Now there's a button over on the right that says change. You have replacement points. You can change any of those tasks up to 2 times a day if you don't like that particular task. And then if you use up those chances and you still want to change it, you just wait till tomorrow. Those tasks will still be there, and you can change them up to 2 times again. On the top left, it says there's available tasks. And right now we have 2 out of available 5. So even if you don't do a task for a day, they'll be there the next day until you finish them. And you can have up to 5 tasks sitting there that you can accomplish. And once you get rid of those, knock some of them down, they'll put some more tasks. So this is just a great way to give you some challenges in the game and to help you earn some free gold. You can earn 60 gold a day just from those tasks. That's 600 gold in 10 days, which is really great. We're going to come back out of here and look down to the bottom left. There's a little chat icon right above the menu on the bottom left. When you hit that, if you're in a clan, and you have to be, I believe, up to level 10 or 12 or 15 player level before you can be in a clan, you can be able to chat with the different guys in your squad or clan. You can click on one of their names and also go look at their profile as well to see what they're using at the time. If you want to go to battle with them and have about the same level robots and guns, so that's neat. And you can talk to them and invite them to play, so that's really helpful. And then you just hit that same button again to drop that chat window out of the way. Also, there's a way to play with other players without joining a clan, and they'll have a chat window for that as well. So let's keep looking around the screen. In the top right of the screen, you're going to see a red button. You would hit that to actually go into battle when you're ready to go. And there's only one game mode for now. That's just capture the flag in teams of 6 against other teams. And they don't have a lot of choices yet for battles or maps, but that's where you would go to actually start a battle. If you look at the dead center of the top of the screen, top middle, you're going to see an upgrade going on. Right now I am upgrading a Sura Pinata gun up to level 11, and it tells me that I have 1 day and 6 hours left on that upgrade. But if I want to speed that upgrade up, it's going to instantly finish it. It's going to cost 380 gold. Now, normally I do not recommend that you use your gold to speed upgrades. The longer you have left on an upgrade, the better value it is to speed it up. The less time left on an upgrade, like say that you have 5 minutes left on an upgrade, it's going to cost you 3 or 4 gold just for that 5 minutes. So early in the game, you're going to be tempted to use your gold to speed upgrades, and I would tell you do not do it. The early upgrades are fast anyway, and you don't have to upgrade your bots and guns very fast early on, so I would save every piece of gold that you can. And be careful not to hit that button on accident up there. But that tells you what you're upgrading currently. Look over to the right side of the screen. There's 3 icons over on the right. The top one looks like a shield. This is a button that you would go to if you want to battle and make a squad of teammates to join you in battle. Normally if you battle, you're just going to be put into a match with 5 other guys on a 6-man team that are placed randomly against another 6-man team. But here you can form your own squad, and if you look over to the left, there's 3 choices of people you can invite into the game. You can invite friends. Those are people that you have found on Facebook or Game Center and joined up with them, and now you have a list of all of them. If they have a green light next to their name, that means that they are in the game and ready to play. If they have a red light, they're either not in the game or they're in the middle of a battle, and you can't invite them. But what you can do is you can click on a name, see their name, see their squad, and hit their profile and see what level of bots and guns they're running, and then see if that matches up to what you're running. And then you can hit the button to invite them into the squad, and it will tell you if they've denied your request or if they've accepted it. And if they come in, then it'll show their name next to yours, up to 6 players, and you can hit that chat button on the bottom middle there and talk to them, and then go ahead and do a squad battle. You can also transfer leadership if you want to lead the squad and let someone else be in charge of starting the battles for you. So that's what that top icon does, is you can form a squad out of your friends or out of people from your clan or people from your battle history, the last 50 to 100 people that you fought against on blue team, your team, or red team, the enemy team. You can invite any of those players to join your squad, which is really neat. So if you see someone that you really think is great, after the battle, we'll see if they have a green light. Click on them, check out their profile, see if they're running about the same level bots that you are in guns, and if you want to, you can invite them in and play a game with them. So we're going to go ahead and leave this screen, but that's over on the middle right, that little shield targeting screen over there. That's to form your own squad to play with. You don't have to, but you have the option. Over on the right, you're going to see that trophy icon, middle right. That is where they have some different contests and challenges, like Best Pilot of the Day, Best Pilot of the Week, or the Month. And over on the left, if you click on any of those, like Best Pilot of the Day, Best Pilot of the Week, over on the left, you're going to see the top rankings for how many activity points they've gotten in that 24-hour time span or that 7-day time span. And you'll see the blue number of the ranking. And then you can actually win awards for getting top activity for the day, top activity for the week. And you can look at these prizes on the bottom right middle, gold and silver and experience points for getting those challenges met. So for example, best pilot of the day, right now I have on the top left 85 in the yellow activity points, and I'll explain how you get those trophies or activity points. And I'm ranked 147th for the day. I haven't played a lot today. If I was higher up, like the number one guy, the reward says I would get 250 gold, 3 million silver. So that's pretty neat if you get into those rankings. But that's what that button does on the middle right there, the trophy. Lastly, the bottom icon on the middle right is a little, has 3 little people in that logo. That is the listing of people in your clan, if you're in a clan. It tells you their activity points for the last 10 days. You can click on any of their names and look at their hangar and see what level bots and guns they're running. And also over here, you can look across the top of that screen. You can look at all the top 100 clans. Activity-wise in the world, you can scroll down that list. You can also type in different clans, or you can find their clan ID right under their name and type those in. You can actually look at people that have requested to join your clan, and if you're a captain in your clan, you can accept or reject them. And you can also search out different pilots in the game if you want to invite them into your clan or check out their hangar. We're going to go back into the main hangar screen. So we've looked at most of the bots. What you'll also see if you look at the bottom here is the different robots that are currently in my active hangar. Now I have, as you can tell, up to 5 robots in my hangar. When you start the game, you're going to start with just 1 robot only. And you're going to start with a certain amount of gold and silver on the top left. And in the second hangar slot, it's going to offer you the ability to open up or purchase that second hangar slot. That's the first thing you're going to want to do. I think it costs something like 10,000 silver, which is really cheap. So go ahead and use that silver to unlock your second spot. And then now when you go into battle, you'll be able to use up to 2 robots in battle instead of 1. Eventually you'll want to open up that third hangar slot, because then you'll be able to bring more robots to battle. And I think the third spot is going to cost you 100 gold. It is well worth it. And you start with a certain amount of gold, so I would save all of your gold to immediately unlock that third hangar slot. That's 1 more robot you can bring to battle. Then eventually the 4th hangar slot is going to cost 1,000 gold. And once again, I would not spend a single piece of gold on anything else other than unlocking that 3rd and 4th slot. Once you get up to about 4 slots, you've got a pretty good sized hangar to go into battle with. But if you don't have 3 or 4 slots open, you're going to run out of bots in the middle of the battle and it'll hurt your team. The last hangar slot, the 5th, is the one that's hardest to unlock. That one costs 5,000 gold to unlock. 5,000 gold sounds like a lot. It is. If you earned 100 gold a day, that would take about 50 days to unlock that spot. Some people just buy gold for that spot. If you wanted to buy 5,000 gold, it would cost you about $40 to do that. But of course, if you want to play for free and you're doing on the middle left, you're doing these daily tasks, you're getting about 60 gold a day there. Probably going to get another 30 or 40 gold just playing matches to get that 60 gold. So you're probably going to do at least 100 gold a day if you're playing 5, 6 matches a day, 5, 6, 7 matches a day. So it would take you about 50 days to unlock that hangar slot. But once you get that 5th hangar slot, you will be able to take up to 5 robots into battle, and you'll last a lot longer. You'll be able to bring different robots into battle, different styles, different purposes for them, and it'll really help you out. So first thing I would do once again is unlock that 2nd slot for 10,000 silver. If you have the 100 gold already, go ahead and unlock that 3rd slot as soon as you can for 100 gold, and then be working your way to getting 1,000 gold, whether you purchase it or earn it, to unlock that 4th slot. Now, once you unlock the 4th slot, you can kind of decide what you want to do next, but at least get that 2nd, 3rd, and 4th slot open immediately. And then now what we're going to do is start to look at some robot ideas. There's 2 buttons below your robots, the last 2 buttons on our screen. One of them says equip, and what you would do is you would click on a robot, and you'll see a little white circle below their feet. That means you've selected that robot. And if you hit the equip button, it's going to take you to a screen that lets you equip that robot or upgrade it or equip different guns for it or upgrade those. This says that this robot is a Cossack. It's a level 1 robot. Under it, it gives you some stats. The little plus sign stat is the amount of hit points it has. It has 31,000 hit points, so it's a kind of a light, weaker bot. The next middle icon with a little odometer is your speed. This is a fast bot. It's got 44 kilometers per hour speed. These numbers are metric because this game is from Russia. Also, the 3rd icon is if the bot has a special function. This bot is a jumping bot, and it'll explain how often you can jump with it, but it's a fast bot, it jumps, and it's very good to start out with to go get beacons in a match. There's a green button under there where you can upgrade your bot, and each time you upgrade a bot, you can get more hit points and more speed. It'll tell you how long that upgrade is, only 5 minutes, so once again, that's a quick upgrade. It only costs 40,000 silver. Sounds like a lot at first, but eventually when you have hundreds of millions of silver, that's pretty cheap. And when you hit that button, it's going to tell you you have 5 minutes left on that upgrade. Do you want to speed it up with gold? Once again, save all your gold for your hangar slots and just let the upgrades take their time. You've got plenty of time to do this game. So you'll want to purchase a bot, and then when you look up at the gun, it's going to tell you what kind of gun to put in that slot. Before we get to the guns, let's go back to the robot for a second. If you look below the robot, the Cossack there's a question mark logo. You hit that question mark, it's going to give you the name of the robot and a description of it. It says it's a light robot, and in this game there's 3 classes of robots: light, medium, and heavy. It's very important to remember those classifications because you'll want to play at certain levels of the game. In certain levels of the game, it's better to use a light robot or a medium robot or a heavy. And certain daily tasks will require you to use a certain bot. Like one of my tasks today was capture 5 beacons or 5 kills with a light robot. So you know a Cossack is a light robot. It says it's equipped with a jump drive. That's the special ability. It tells you that it's great for capturing beacons and it's fast to flank enemies to the side. It even recommends some guns for you. I don't always agree with the guns that Pixonic recommends, and at first you're not even going to know all these names, but over time you will learn what each gun is. But that gives you the description. Now let's go ahead and click on the weapon for this bot. It says it's a medium weapon. If you look back at that screen, it says medium right above it. There is light, medium, and heavy robots. There are also light, medium, and heavy weapons. And each bot will tell you in its information screen what kind of weapon it can carry. This description does not tell you that this light bot can carry a medium weapon, but you know by looking at this screen it carries 1 medium weapon there. Let's go ahead and hit that weapon. It's called a Molot, and it tells you that that's the weapon that's currently equipped on it. If you click below that MOLOT description, you'll see that question mark, and we'll get a little more information about what the MOLOT is. It's a firearm. There's different kinds of weapons in the game, like firearms, bullet-type guns, or missiles, or rockets, or plasma, or lasers. So you'll learn that there's different types of weapons that do better or worse against different type of bots. This kind of gun will tell you how many bullets are in a clip, how fast it fires per second, and how long it takes to reload. And then right below the weapon, you're going to see the stats. Once again, the damage per second, 151 damage per second, 10-second reload when your clip is done, and the third is a little sonar or radar icon is the range. You can fire this weapon up to 800 meters. Obviously, the further out, the less accurate it's going to be, but this weapon's a long-range weapon. You can unequip this button from that robot and put it on a different robot, or you can upgrade this weapon from level 1 to level 2, and it's going to tell you how much more damage this weapon will do once you upgrade it, how long it takes to upgrade, and the cost. And of course, this is going to cost 15,000 silver, only be an 8-minute upgrade. If you start that upgrade, it'll have a countdown to when it's finished. It'll ask you if you want to speed that up with gold. Once again, say no. Save your gold for your hangar slots. But what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to start getting robots for the game, equipping them with weapons, and figuring out what levels to upgrade your robots and weapons to play at different levels in the game. That's one of the harder parts of the game to learn, what levels to have your robots and guns. But that's one of the things I'm going to be helping with in these beginner starter videos, how to equip hangars at different levels for maximum effectiveness. Now, when you're looking through the weapons, you can scroll left or right and look at the different type of weapons. But if you look at the top of the screen, there's two buttons, Inventory and Store. Inventory is what you already own, what you've already purchased. If you look at my inventory, and I've been playing for almost a year, I've got a lot of different weapons, and it tells you the name of the weapon and the level it's currently at, from highest to lowest. And you can scroll through those weapons and put any weapon you want on that robot. Now, here's the catch. This Cossack only uses a medium weapon, so when I open up the weapons inventory, this is only opening up the medium weapons only. This is not showing any light weapons or any heavy weapons, because only a medium gun is going to go on this this light bot here, this Cossack. There's a little white line or blue line above the weapons with a little white dash near the right. You can just hold that down and scroll faster if you want to. I'm going to go back to my MOLOT for a second, and I'm going to hit, it's already equipped, so I'll just hit back to come out of there. And then if I hit the right arrow on the right of the screen, I can start to scroll through my different bots that I have in my hangar. I've got all 5 slots unlocked, so I can kind of scroll through each bot. Or if I come back out to my main hangar, I can just click on any bot, and that white circle will appear, and that's the bot that I'm going to look at to upgrade or to put a new weapon on or something like that. Now, if you double-click a bot, it'll take you straight to that information screen. Otherwise, if you just hit the bot for a white circle and then hit equip, it's going to take you to that same place. So below your robot, you can either equip a bot with weapons or you can change a robot. If I click on my first bot, the Cossack, hit change robot, then I can go in here and not change the weapon, but change the bot to something else. So these are obviously bots that I have already purchased in the game. And if you look at the top of the screen, there's 2 buttons. Once again, bots in my inventory, and these are all the bots I already own, some equipped with weapons, some not at the moment. It's kind of like my garage where I'm holding all of these bots in storage. Each bot will have the level of the bot, level 4 Golem, level 4 Cossack, level 7 Stalker. Below it will have the hit points, speed, and special ability. And of course, any bot, you can hit that question mark and read up if it's a light, medium, or heavy robot, what kind of weapons it uses, what recommended guns are recommended to use, and what the robot's good for. Also, once you see this screen, you see another icon to the left of the name of the robot. That's a little trash can. If you click on a robot and hit that trash can button, it's going to give you the option to sell that robot back for a portion of the silver that you paid for it. Whether you pay for a robot with any currency, it just offers you silver back. The only reason you want to sell a robot is if you don't want to clutter your hangar with too many robots. You can keep as many as you want, but you don't want to scroll through all of them. I wouldn't sell back any of the higher level robots. I think they're all worth keeping, and even if they're good or bad here and there, they may change over time and get new features, or the developers may improve the bot with more speed or function. So you don't want to sell a robot and then have it be changed to be really good later. So I would just sell little robots you don't need for some reason if you want to keep your hangar smaller. But all of these robots are in my hangar, in my garage, basically, I can choose from in my inventory, or I can hit the store button, and they're going to just show you one of each kind of robot, going from the light robots over to the medium robots, and through the medium robots up to some specialty robots like the new shield robots that came out recently, up to the heavy robots. And you can scroll through all the bots in the game to kind of see what there is. And I want you to notice as you scroll through these bots in the store that each one is going to tell you the level they start at. Most of them start at level 1, but there's a few that start higher, like level 6, like the heavy robots. It'll tell you how much they cost, like this Cossack is 75,000 silver at level 1. This Destroyer is 75,000 silver. But then when you get to a bot like this Gepard or Gepard, you see it doesn't cost silver, it costs gold. 1,200 gold, which as we know is about $10 worth of gold. This is one of the best bots in the game at lower tiers. So once you unlock your second, third, and fourth hangar slots for gold, I would highly recommend, if you're going to play at the lower levels, to unlock this bot. You can look at the stats and the description. It's kind of like the Destroyer with 2 guns, except for it's faster, stronger, and has 3 guns. So you can already tell what a difference it would make to have a faster, stronger version of that bot with a third more firepower, for example. But it's going to tell you the currency at the bottom that it costs. If you're new to the game, it's also going to tell you what player level you need to be at to unlock new bots and new weapons. So you may get to this Vityaz, and for you it's going to say only available to unlock at level 10 or something like that. So once you hit that player level on the top left, you'll be able to unlock that bot and buy it for your hangar. However, I will tell you, once we start to get into the kind of bots you want to use in the game, that the heavier and higher bots you get, the higher it's going to push you into the game, the more you upgrade them. So you don't want to necessarily just buy any bot you can. You want to have a strategy for what you buy and what you use. You're going to go further from the medium bots to the specialty bots. It'll tell you what their abilities are, what their favorite weapons are, how much currency they cost, and you're eventually going to get over to some of these bots like the Stalker. And this currency, if it shows you, it's going to say maybe it's available at level 20, this Stalker. And it's going to tell you the currency eventually, and has this little icon that's called the Workshop currency. Now, if you look at my top left of my screen where my currencies are, you may only have silver and gold, but I have a third currency called Workshop points, and that currency is one that you unlock after player level 20 in the game. So once you unlock player level 20, you unlock a third currency. You can use that third currency to get special weapons and robots as you earn that currency throughout the game. So just know that some of these bots later in the game are going to cost that third currency that you only unlock at level 20. Let's go back out of our hangar, and I'm going to explain that third currency. You don't have to worry about that till you hit player level 20. On the middle left of your screen, you see those 3 icons, the person, the exclamation mark, and you won't see the third icon yet below the exclamation mark. When you hit level 20, that third currency will be unlocked, and that third icon will appear below the exclamation mark. And when you click on that icon, you're going to come to your workshop area. This is where you earn that third currency for free each day. You're going to start at level 1 of your workshop. At the top middle, you can tell I'm at level 15, the max level. And each day, you're going to start with, on the middle left, you're going to start with one of these little icons, and you pay some silver, and every 4 hours, you can produce some workshop currency in the game by paying a little silver. As you upgrade your workshop to level 2, 3, 4, and so on, you're going to unlock more of these spots where you can be producing workshop points throughout the day. 6 slots eventually, times 4 hours a day. It's 24 hours a day. So if I don't play the game for 24 hours, I can come in here and I've got 85 workshop points times 6 uh, loaded up. And so I've earned 500 workshop points right there. And as you go higher in your workshop levels, you will unlock higher levels of workshop points until you max it out at level 15. Over on the right of the screen, you're going to see another button eventually, and it says free. Mine says 8 gold right now, but it's going to say free. Every day you get, say, 45 workshop points for free just by clicking that button. So it's worth logging in just for that. After you hit that button for free workshop points, it's going to now say, well, now you can get 60 workshop points if you hit this button for only 5 gold. And if you hit that, you're going to pay 5 gold and get 60 more workshop points. And then it's going to say, well, now if you hit that button, you'll get 80 workshop points for 8 gold. And you can continue to hit that button and convert some of your gold to workshop points. I really don't recommend that. You should save your gold for your hangar slots, like we keep saying. But you can at least do that free button every day and get those free workshop points. You can do these other 6 slots and trade silver for workshop points. And maybe you can do the 5 gold for 60, maybe the 8 gold for 80. But the higher you hit that button, the more gold you're spending and the less workshop points you're getting for it. That resets every single day at 4 a.m. for me, like your daily task. So every day after 4 a.m., I can come in here. That free button is available. That $5 gold, 5 gold for 60 workshop points, 8 gold for 80 is unlocked again. And at the end of the day, it starts over again. So every day I usually do the free gold, the free workshop points, maybe the 5 gold, maybe the 8 gold, but usually stop around there. I would recommend you save your gold. So we're going to come out of the screen, but just be aware that this workshop currency will open up at player level 20, and it's going to unlock the ability to get some really neat guns for your bots and some other bots for later in the game. So just remember that. You see a little progress bar above the top of the screen. Mine says max level on it. I'm at level 15, but that's a progress bar. Every time you do those 6 workshop areas each day, and convert silver to workshop points, you're going to let that blue bar build up until it eventually hits the end on the right, and you graduate from level 1 to level 2 of the workshop, level 2 to level 3. You see check marks along the way of that progress bar. Every time you hit a check mark, you're going to get a bonus of workshop points. So this is a neat way for you to get a lot of workshop points early on to build up some workshop currency to get some of those neat guns early for your bots. It probably took me a week or 2 or more to unlock player level 20 to get this workshop points, and then a week or 2 each to get each weapon. That would be really helpful for some of your bots. So just remember this for later when you get to level 20 in the game. Let's go back into the game, and this is our hangar screen. I'm going to make another video that talks about how to get started in what bots to use, what levels of guns to use at the lower level tiers, what are the objectives of the game, and how to farm for resources, how to get gold and silver so you can start unlocking some of those hangar slots and progressing in the game, unlocking that workshop currency, what guns are best on what bots, and what levels to upgrade them to, all those kind of things. For now, the last thing I'm going to do to end this video, as we've kind of looked around the screen and gotten a feel for what the menu system is, how everything works, what some of the terminology is, I'm going to come out of the game and I'm going to open up my internet, and I'm going to take you into a highly recommended website. This is not affiliated officially with Pixonic, but this Wikia information page is really fantastic. This is a fan-run website for the War Robots game. It's the Wikia War Robots page, and these guys are fantastic. When you load up warrobots.wikia.com, you'll go to the home page here. You can log in on the top right, make a name and password if you'd like. You can scroll down and it's going to have information on every aspect of this game. It says this game is an online multiplayer robot combat game developed by Pixonic in which players pilot giant robots in a 6 versus 6 team capture the flag style combat simulation available on iOS and Android. It's going to have all sorts of information. You can see some icons for a beginner's guide, information on what beacons are in the game, the different types of robots, different kinds of guns, different types of maps you play on, different types of robot abilities, the money and currency in the game, the workshop points, the player experience levels. There's a forum here where you can talk and ask questions and answer questions for other players. There's an FAQ page of frequently asked questions. And below that, you can already see some of the light, medium, and heavy robots. You can click on any of those and look up information about them, more detailed than in the game. Like I can click on that Cossack from earlier in the light robot section. It's going to have the entire description from the game, picture, the price, the starting level you need to purchase that bot, level 3, the level it starts out as, the hit points, the speed, the weapons. It's even going to have a description of how much it costs to upgrade that robot from level 1 to 2 all the way up to 12. The cost per level of upgrading in silver, the hit points, the speed, and the time of the upgrade. It even has comments below on people commenting on, is this a good robot or not, what weapon's good, all those kind of things. Any changes to the robot over time. So that's real helpful. You can click on any of the guns and do the same thing. You can get information on the light, medium, and heavy guns. I'll just pick like the light gun, the Molot that we looked at earlier, and you can get a picture of it. You can look up how much that weapon costs, how long it fires, the reload time, any changes in the game to improve or decrease the ability of that gun on the different updates over time. And then, once again, the upgrade details, the level of upgrades, the damage increase, the cost, all sorts of information on each weapon. So this is a really great page to check out all the maps, weapons, and robots in this game. Also in the Wikia pages, over on the right, you're also going to see the latest War Robots Facebook update on the middle right there. War Robots has a official Facebook page. You can look it up on Facebook, and the developers put daily information there. They answer comments and questions from players. They put contests and videos on there. And the Wikia page will link you over to that Facebook page. So you can like that Facebook page, and you can get a lot of official info from there. Once again, there's a forum at this website. You can log in and use that forum for any questions. There are trusted players that will answer those questions for you. So I highly recommend that you bookmark this warrobots.wikia.com. These are some great guys. I'm one of those trusted players that comments as well on different questions. There's different polls that you can talk about in the game. Finally, I do recommend there is a beginner's guide. You can see that icon on the middle left. Hit that beginner's guide, and you can go ahead and read over some of the things I've been talking about in the game and in the menu screen. And it's going to show you some options here. There's a beginner's purchase guide, a beginner's strategy guide, a bot setups guide, what beacons are in a match and why they're so important, combat roles, an upgrading guide, a spending guide, all strategy guide, all sorts of things. I would normally hit that beginner's purchase guide, whether you're on your phone or tablet or computer, and go ahead and read through this. It's going to talk about what you start with, how to unlock that second hanger slot, your third hanger slot, your fourth hanger slot, some tips on saving your gold and what robots to buy, what guns to put on them, when to spend gold, when not to, how much each of those hanger slots cost, all sorts of information like that we've covered in this beginner's guide of what I'm going to cover in the next few videos. But you can read it here at your own leisure anytime you want to. So one of the first things I would do when you get the game is just look around your hangar, get a feel for it. Go to the War Robots Wikia page and read their beginner's purchase guide, their gold spending guide, and so forth, and go from there. And if you have any questions for me, leave a question or a comment in the section below, and I'll get back to you on that. And be watching for the second part of this beginner's guide, where I'm going to actually get some robots and some gun setups, not the stuff I've earned after a year, but the entry level stuff, and show you how to start with some good robot setups to be effective early on in the game as you're kind of sorting everything out and learning. So you can get going and increase your player level, get some resources, and start unlocking some of those hanger slots and some of those new bots and that new currency along the way. We'll talk about the maps and strategies and all sorts of things as well. So that's it. This is Bag of Soup. I hope this video has been a help. If you're a new player or you're checking out the game, once again, be watching for that second video on getting started in battle. And as always, if you want to subscribe to my channel, please do so. And leave a comment or question below. That's it, guys. I hope you got something out of that. And let's get started, play some War Robots.